70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
when two of the greatest fighters of this era come face to face, fireworks are almost guaranteed. That's exactly what unfolded when Floyd Money Mayweather and Terence Crawford squared off at a press conference that fans will be replaying for years to come. What was expected to be a routine media event promoting their highly anticipated clash turned into a verbal battle where egos, legacies...
Those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is...
and pride collided. The headline moment came when Mayweather, known for his sharp tongue and unshakable confidence, stunned Crawford with a comment that had the audience buzzing. Crawford, usually composed and calculated, found himself caught off guard, responding with visible irritation as the press room filled with tension. The atmosphere in the press room was electric. Reporters filled every seat, fans tuned in worldwide via live stream, and the stage...
You said something about what fighters go through, and you've seen enough guys that the game is taken from. It's a hard game to get through. Can you get a better ending than tonight? I mean, really?
Not at all. Not at all. This is the top of the top. Canelo is, all-time great. Like I said before, he's the last one.
He was the A side of the age.
There's no more Canelos, so, there's no more. So, when you look around, you say, I'm the Canelo, I'm the face of boxing now, and I'm the best pound for pound fighter in the world.
Was set with giant promotional posters highlighting the fight billed as a generational showdown. On one side sat Floyd Mayweather, undefeated, 50-0, and arguably the greatest defensive boxer of all time. On the other was Terence Crawford, current pound-for-pound king in the eyes of many, undefeated himself, and eager to cement his...
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the great.
Legacy by taking on the man who defined boxing for 2 decades. While Mayweather has been retired from professional boxing since 2017, rumors of his return have swirled for months. Now, with Crawford standing across from him, those rumors are reality. The tension between them was palpable before the first question was even asked.
Right.
What are we rating this on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we want to know, in the least amount of fights, I didn't have to have 70 fights, 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's
Mayweather grabbed the microphone. He wasted no time reminding everyone who he is. Calm, composed, and oozing confidence, he rattled off his accomplishments. World titles across 5 divisions, pay-per-view records, billions generated, and an undefeated record that still stands untouched. I'm not just the best of my era. Mayweather said, leaning toward the microphone. I'm the best in...
Yeah, and not knocking the guys that paved the way. And I want to come on record and say, I'm appreciative for guys like Sugar Ray Robinson and Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. So many guys that paved the way for me. But there's only one Floyd Mayweather. These fighters are not better than me. You look at the numbers, they say, oh, Canelo may end up beating more world champions than Floyd Mayweather. Wait, he should? With almost, 80 and 90 fights? He should. I beat more world champions than any fighter in history.
Stars, period. Nobody has done what I've done. Crawford is a great fighter, no doubt, but he's stepping into my world now. This isn't just about skills. It's about levels, and he's not on mine. It was classic Floyd, strategic, sharp, and aimed at getting under his opponent's skin. Crawford, never one to be intimidated, immediately countered. Respect to Floyd for what he did, Crawford began, locking eyes with him. But let's be real, the game has changed. I'm here now. My skills, my hunger, my timing.
It's just, the history, behind the sport is just everything that, I trained for my whole life. It all was, coming out that one night. That was all paying off. You have a lot of people that, adopted this narrative that Terence Crawford can't sell, Terence Crawford is not marketable, and they push the narrative to the public, and that's all people write about. Oh, Terence Crawford can't do this, Terence Crawford can't do that. But anyone in Terence Crawford fights, you see a sold out crowd, but they wasn't talking about that. They was talking about how, marketable I'm not, and that kind of was hurting my career because, a lot of people was looking at me and said, oh yeah, they said he's not marketable. Oh, they said he's not, don't have.
I'm the complete package. And unlike the guys Floyd fought in his prime, I'm not scared. I'm coming to win. The room erupted with applause, and Crawford's tone suggested he wasn't just there for promotion. He was making a statement. This was his time. Then came the turning point. Mayweather smirked and leaned closer to his microphone before saying something that sent shockwaves through the crowd. You know what the difference is, bud? All those guys you beat, they'd never beat me. Not in my prime, not past my prime. And deep down, you know it too, Crawford. Visibly irritated.
I have a personality, things like that, because I didn't want to do things their way. I didn't want to put on a show. I didn't want to disrespect my opponents when they wasn't disrespecting me. Right. I wasn't, I'm not a guy that, wear jewelry for no reason. Just the things that I didn't want to do that they wanted me to do. They go out there and say, oh, well, they lost money on me. It's just crazy though to see me headline, not one of the largest attending fight and
shot back instantly. Say that again, he demanded. Wasn't casual. It was sharp, firm, and laced with disbelief. The room went silent, waiting to see if Mayweather would backpedal. But this was Floyd Mayweather. Backing down has never been part of his vocabulary. I said none of your opponents could touch me, ever. And you won't either. Remember, I'm the one that fighters study.
But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with...
I'm the blueprint. Crawford leaned forward, shaking his head, clearly fired up. We'll see. Because when we step in that ring, it won't be about your past. It'll be about the present. And the present is my...
And
I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me, you know? But for me, I knew I could do it, and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in that a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was...
Turned into a verbal battle where egos, legacies, and pride collided. The headline moment came when Mayweather, known for his sharp tongue and unshakable confidence, stunned Crawford with a comment that had the audience buzzing. Crawford, usually composed and calculated, found himself caught off guard, responding with visible irritation as the press room filled with tension. The atmosphere in the press room was electric. Reporters filled every seat, fans tuned in worldwide via live stream, and
the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. He's a GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul, Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
The stage was set with giant promotional posters highlighting the fight billed as a generational showdown. On one side sat Floyd Mayweather, undefeated, 50-0, and arguably the greatest defensive boxer of all time. On the other was Terence Crawford, current pound-for-pound king in the eyes of many, undefeated himself, and eager to cement his legacy by taking on the man who defined boxing for 2 decades.